You're on Bent TV in the thick of it with Sammy, and I've busted onto the set because I'm really excited, because coming up very shortly we're going to have a brand new series called Transmission, and I've managed to drag in some of the amazing people that are going to be involved in this series. We have the boys from FTM Shed, Dale, Andrew and Dee. Hey!
How you doing?
I know you're not used to just being this close to a girl, but anyway, we'll get over it. I know, it's a bit,
you keep saying that. I'm a bit confused why me you say that.
No, all of yours, no. Now, FTM Shed is an absolutely amazing group. You know, I've known you boys for a very, very long time, and every time I get involved with some of the great organisations within our community, you always seem to be having so much fun. I know that we have to be very serious about our journeys and everything that we're involved with and all of the great advocacy work that we do. But what does having something like FTM Shed mean to you, Dale?
Well, it's somewhere to go, and the isolation is pretty full on if you don't know anyone. So it's somewhere to meet and meet other guys going through the same journey. There's guys that have been through the journey and are just sort of normal, and there's guys that are starting out. So it's isolation. If we can stop people from being isolated, then we've done half a job.
And what about you, Dee? When you first walked into the space, you know, was it a little bit for you like going, oh my God, you know, I finally feel like I've, you know, found my brothers and people that actually understand, you know, what you're talking about and where you are?
Sure. I think one of the biggest things that surprised me was how many there were, to be honest, because like Dale says, I think very much there is isolation in amongst transitioning of any sort. So I just didn't know there was that many out there. So to have those, you know, to get connections within that, the support, yes, and the connections, you know, to meet up with them outside of the shed, having coffee or joking around online, and they know, they understand. You know? And
for you, Andrew, was it also being able to just have those, the general information that's available, you know, because, you know, as you go through a transition, just being able to different clothes that you buy, because the sizes are so different, aren't they?
Yeah, in the first 3 months of hormones, you can literally change your whole wardrobe 3 times over. And we've got a clothes swap so that people don't have to spend and fork out the money every time that they want to change. Yeah. So we have clothes, we have book swap, we've got forms to change your name, we always have a bit of an afternoon tea, a bit of a joke, and each meeting has a bit of a theme so that you can hear something on hormones or something on shaving, grooming tips, all kinds of things. Chest surgery, we've done a lot. So it's a fun place to be.
And I suppose that's one of the things that a lot of people, you know, don't think about sometimes is, you know, when you are starting testosterone and you are starting to change, you're basically going back to being a teenage boy. And things that you actually never really learnt and understood and was taught to you as a teenage boy.
I was fortunate because my father taught me. I had to practice shaving on his face. It was pretty well accepted when I was a teenager that I was a boy, so he brought me up as a boy. But I do go to the shed and do meetings and teach the new guys how to shave so they don't cut their throats. And sometimes we have fashion clashes, you know. You have guys
You're both laughing like, I've been there, I can see that, yeah.
You know, they half get it right and yeah, we have to fix that up pretty quick.
Is that when you go, now listen, it really like that, not so much.
Not so much, yeah. Best to think again.
But it's hard because once again, you know, they're trying to, you know, fit in. They're trying to do it on the budget they can do it on. So once again, that's where the shed comes into it as well, where we, you know, we put in. So a lot of us that have gone through that initial burst put their clothes into this pile and it gets, you know, redone and revamped, and they get to look at some of the way others dress.
And we've got a supply of binders that swaps through as well, because when guys have their top surgery, then they'll put the binders in. So that's a really big help too, and you can see the different styles and talk about what's good to use, and also the downstairs department. We've done a fabulous session on
we've done
packers. That was so much
many
fun.
sessions. Yes, that was a lot of fun.
I do remember going to the Men's Shed Association, and they asked us whether we had tools.
Yes.
And I said, yes, we do.
Do tools,
We do
yes.
tools.
We do tools, yeah.
Well, you know, as a lesbian, I always go, well, you know, one of the girls' best friends is her toolbox.
Yeah.
So, but you know, you boys also have, you know, a great toolbox as well, and also being able to sort of feel comfortable and finally be able to go and as you were saying with the way that your body changes.
Yeah.
You know, once you know your hormones are actually at the levels that you know they should have been when you were born, and you finally start to feel like everything's starting to happen. Your body shape changes so much, doesn't it?
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it's just a great source of information for the things that pop up that you really don't expect. Like we've had guys ask questions, well, what do I do going through customs? With my
something
prosthesis
very simple,
on.
yeah.
And so you never know what's around the corner that you need to ask someone. You think you're fully transitioned and life throws a new one at you.
But the most often we're asked is facial hair. You've never seen so much teenage bum fluff in all your born days with these guys, you know. And I look, and they get the bits going, you know, and they've got a patch here.
So
Can you
proud of
see
it.
that?
Yep.
Can you see that?
Okay, so very quickly, because of course, you know, we could sit here all day because we know how much we love to talk, the four of us. Something like this series that we're now that's going to be coming up on Bent TV with Transmission. Very quickly, what each of you could just quickly tell us what it means to you to be able to have a series like this available that we're shooting at the moment.
Well, I think for me it's getting more out there that, you know, we are who we are and look at us. We're just normal people just doing our lives. You know what I mean? We're just...
It's enough. There's enough series in it that the public are getting to see enough of us that hopefully some stereotypes will be broken down because we walk down the street and often they don't know. We're just guys walking down the street.
It's really hard to tell a trans guy from just normal guys in society.
Yeah.
And of course, it's always been my aspiration to become a D-grade celebrity. So
Darling,
being on TV,
much more than that now.
darling.
You've made the big time. You're on Bent TV.
I'm darling. I'm a darling.
You've been in the thick of it with Sammi on Bent TV. So excited. Stay tuned because coming up very, very shortly, we were going to have our brand new series, Transmission. It's going to be amazing.